What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 22 of Let's try this again. What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 22 of the Hella Average Gamescast. I'm your co-host, Cam, and alongside, as always, we've got Carmen. What's up, buddy?
Not much, man. Just got done passing out candy to the kids, dealing with little ghouls and goblins, and now I'm talking to you fucks.
I'm telling you, we said it last time. You came home and just immediately started talking to us. Now, you get to talk to us right before bed. You have got it made 2 weeks in a row.
I know, man. It's nice.
And as always, our co-captain in the other chair, Jeremy. What's going on, buddy?
Oh, not much, man. Just trying to stay away from these trick-or-treaters. Time to get off my damn lawn. I ain't got no fucking candy.
You're a grumpy-ass old man, aren't you?
That's right.
I didn't get off work till a little bit later, but my roommate was here, and he said he didn't think we got any trick-or-treaters, so...
I got a couple. I had a couple walking around, but I ain't got no candy, so... Shout out.
Here, take this right here. It's a pamphlet about Jesus.
Oh, there you go. I'll just walk over with an empty bowl eating a Snickers bar. I'm sorry. You just...
sorry, guys. This is all from me. All right, so let's start with Jeremy this week. Jeremy, you been playing any video games?
I've been plowing through Evil Within 2.
All right, so tell me about it.
Well, first of all, I finally got it right without calling it Evil Dead this week.
There, you did. You broke the streak. I'm very proud of you.
But I think I'm almost done. I'd probably say I'm 75 to 80% of the way through. I'm starting to get like those end game trophies popping up and whatnot. The story is starting to grow on me, although it's still not one of the better stories I've played. Control scheme, I'm used to it now. I'm powering up my guns. I've become like, I am fucking Batman with zombies. I'm just creeping up behind these motherfuckers and stabbing them in the head and pulling them down. It's really growing on me. You know, so far I think I would give this like an 8.5 out of 10.
Wow, that's a little bit higher than I expected you to give it.
You know, it really took a while to click, but once it did, it really grew on me.
Now, I remember one of your big complaints was how the controls worked. The more you play it, was that kind of you messing up, or was that still the gameplay itself?
I still think it's the gameplay, but I kind of got acclimated to the crap of it. So it's one of those where it's not broken or like so bad. It's just one of the things where you just kind of have to get used to it after a while. There's still some things I wish they wouldn't do. There's a couple times where I'm hiding behind cover, and then I press the button to get out of cover, and you just run forward and smack into an enemy, and then you have to run away. But it's happening a lot less. But other than that, yeah, and there's still a couple times where I swear to God I'm shooting these fuckers in the head, and the bullet's just going through. But I think that's just glitches that could be patched out. But other than that, it's minimal complaints.
And now, as you go through the game, is it a little bit more difficult? Are the zombies a little bit tougher, or more tough? Or how's it go?
Actually, yeah, the zombies. The beginning of the game, once you learn how to do stealth, you don't really have to worry about ammo. But later on, towards the end of the game, you start getting enemies that can't be stealth killed. You have to expend ammo on them, and it starts getting harder. And especially, they start making some of the basic zombies harder. Like some of them will light on fire at random, making them temporarily invincible. They add in all kinds of new enemies, some that explode, some that like throw poison gas at you. But it's a decent little bump up in challenge, and they give you new weapons to help deal with them. So I'm enjoying the level of difficulty in this. It's just hard enough to, be challenging, but not insanely difficult to where you just want to throw that controller down and just say fuck this.
So it's not a monotonous game? They're doing a good job of kind of switching it up on you?
Pretty much, yeah. I like that they let me explore a lot. They still have like there's a few areas where once you're in, you're just kind of in, and you have to, finish the chapter up before you can go back into the open world. There was only one section of the game I actually hated, and it almost made me quit, and it was just a fucking escort mission. As soon as I saw it, I was like, God fucking damn it, I hate this shit. And I died, and I was like, I don't know. And I actually turned it off, and then after I cooled down, I came back about 15 minutes later, and I actually beat it. And I was just glad I did, because the next part got a lot better. But yeah, that's the one part of the game where I was almost just like, fuck this.
I mean, to be fair though, I mean, really, fuck escort missions. Like,
Oh yeah.
whoever created those in the first place needs to rethink life, because I think everybody would agree with me that escort missions are the most shitty pieces of games.
Yeah, let's just do an escort mission that's underwater in an ice level, just for the complete triple triad of gamer shit.
That's fucking terrible.
With loot boxes.
yes. Loot boxes included. And in order to get through the level, you have to buy a loot box to get a pair of ice skates to get through it.
Exactly.
All right, so what about anything else? You've just been kind of stuck on the Evil Within?
Yeah, pretty much.
I got you. Okay. All right, Carmen, what you been up to?
I've been on my usual gambit, but man, I've just been getting frustrated. Like, tried playing Rocket League, was doing really shitty. Tried to play Resogun, played really shitty. Playing Fortnite, everywhere I dropped, 30 motherfuckers were dropping right on top of me. It's like everything I tried yesterday while I was gaming and the day before is just like, nope, and more nope. So I was just super frustrated with gaming, and like I haven't even looked at my PlayStation today.
How much time have you been putting into Fortnite? Because I've noticed that when I'm not playing in a squad, like solos for me, it loses its luster. Like I'm just kind of sitting there like, whatever.
Well, I've only been playing squads, and then I'm putting in 10 games maybe a night. 10, 12 games a night. I mean, I had some good finishes yesterday, but still, it was like, every time I turned around, it was like something was going wrong, or, I don't know, I was just picking bad spots to drop. It just wasn't working. It was just super frustrating.
Sometimes you just got that bad mojo, man. You can't get through it.
Yeah, it's just, real life RNG just wasn't working for me.
That's when you got to throw in something easy on the palette, sit back, and go.
But, Jeremy, you might be proud. I haven't really thought about Destiny other than the DLC. Like, I haven't had that itch, but I will be running the raid this week.
Yeah, they introduced challenge mode this week.
Oh, boy.
The challenge is in the bass, so I'm kind of excited to see what it is.
Yeah, I wonder exactly what it is.
I assume it's going to be like you rotate pads. You can't touch the same pad twice or more than twice.
I don't know how you can do that, because sometimes it takes, well, on your side, it takes multiple rotations.
Yeah, the thing is, it's challenges. Speaking of, man, me and Carmen finished the raid together for the first time last week. It was pretty cool. I think it was, Friday after we recorded the podcast?
Yeah.
Or Thursday night, early Friday morning.
Yeah, right before we posted, and then we had some good times. I think we hold each other to a little higher standard than when we're just playing with blueberries. So like we get super frustrated with each other, but we got through it.
Yeah.
Even after I self-sabotaged.
I mean, we sat there and Carmen said something, and I was like, "Fuck you," and just shit like that. But we got through it. It's just good. We got our buddy Will through it, and that's cool, man. That's cool when you get somebody new through it.
Me and Will laughed our asses off after you signed off, because we know you were pissed off when we made you get those chests.
Yeah, it was like 3 a.m, Jeremy, and I had a headache, and we got done with the raid at like 2:30, and they want to go get these fucking chests, and all I wanted to do was go to bed. And I couldn't. So as soon as we got the third chest, my words were, I got 2 exotics, so I was like, 2 exotics, fuck you, I'm out. And I just cut the PlayStation off.
I was about to say, you didn't even want to get your rewards for all that work?
No, I went the next day. Once you get the Ingrams and stuff, you can just go cash it in whenever.
Oh, okay.
So I just went the next day. I was like, screw this.
We laughed for a good 20 minutes.
But, other than that, I haven't thought about it either. I definitely checked, we'll talk about it a little bit more later, but I watched the Curse of Osiris trailer. That was pretty cool. Got me hyped up on it. I didn't play a lot of I did my reset for Destiny, then I didn't touch it the rest of the week. And I played Hue. I talked about Hue a lot last week, and I beat it. And I won't go into too much detail. I said it most last week. That game was fun. It was a cool little game. Good bit of content. Probably about a 4-hour game, 5-hour game. It's free still for the next week on PlayStation Plus. And I think it's cross-buy with Vita. But it's cool. It's just a color puzzle game, a neat little story. It's really easy. Like if you want to, it might have been a good one for you, Carmen, if you're just keep getting fucked up and you kind of want to relax. That would have been a good one to do. That's just a good game to pick up and go and drop whenever you want to.
Nice. Might check it out.
It's fun.
Have you given up on Cuphead, bro?
No, I picked up Cuphead and I played for maybe 15 minutes and got so frustrated I thought I was going to throw my controller through the window.
Oh,
So I don't know if I took almost 2 weeks off of it. So I don't know if I just got to, maybe I think that's one game I just got to sit down and fucking power through. You know what I
you're
mean?
getting a little rusty.
Yeah,
I think I know a good time for that to happen.
I think I do too. I don't know if I'm going to be able to move my Xbox. It's going to shatter into a million pieces when I pick it up.
Has it not been moved since you bought
I bought it and put it in my room, and it has stayed there since.
it? We're gonna have to cut your fucking dresser.
Yeah, Carmen's
Cut the
coming to
top
see
off
me
of
and Jeremy this weekend, guys. We're going to get together and have some good times, and of course, we're going to play some video games, and we'll have some good stories coming from that. So that'll be awesome. Really excited about that. And I'm really excited about is to get our fucking my SNES Mini.
Hell yes, man.
What SNES Mini?
Bro, if you don't come to with an SNES, you just never come see me again.
You're dead.
You I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, I bought like 12 packs of Oreos with your money, and then I gave the rest to some homeless guy.
Those better have been the best damn Oreos you've ever had in your life.
I did not authorize you to use my
I
money for
actually
charity.
took the lemon ones and then mushed them together with the mint ones, and they were really disgusting.
Terrible. You're not authorized, Jeremy says. Not authorized.
No, it's fine.
No,
you can
no.
buy cookies with my money, but don't you dare give it to homeless people.
No, your guys' SNES classics are still in the bags that I purchased them in.
Beautiful. I can't wait. Oh, it's going to be glorious. So, Carmen, you just kind of had a bad couple days, so you kind of gave it up. That was it for you?
Yeah, so then I just stuck to my mobile games. Like, I've been doing work in Clash Royale. I've been having fun with that. I've been playing Bloons Tower Defense. I've been playing Bloons Tower Defense Battles. Mobile games, I'm all honky dory.
You've always been the mobile guru, though. You don't get burnt out on them like I do.
Just another thing to do.
Yeah, if I'm on my phone, I'm on Twitter. That's usually how I roll. I listen to some podcasts.
If I'm on my phone, I'm on Flipboard, looking at news and shit.
Yeah, I got Flipboard too. It gives me some good ideas. So yeah,
Jeremy's on his phone. Cam, you need a fucking fire extinguisher.
yeah. See, Jeremy tries to burn me in the group chat, and
Ain't no trying, son.
everybody's like, "Ooh," but it's like a little middle schooler trying to talk to the big boys. It just doesn't work out. So I just ignore it. I don't got time for shit like that. I got real big boy shit to do.
Oh, you couldn't come with nothing better. You just say, oh yeah, Gaylord.
You're a hooker.
You're stupid, poophead.
Oh no, we have a good time in that chat. It kind of makes my day when I see y'all's names come across my phone. All right, let's move it on, guys. It's kind of sad, but we do not have anything to talk about as far as new releases this week.
Man, it's kind of a good thing though. I don't think anyone's wallets could take any more strain.
Absolutely. I mean, there's a few things. I'm not even going to go over what's coming out because it's not major in any way, so I'm just going to throw it up on the website. So, as always, go check it out, www.hellaaveragegaming.com under the news tab. But after last week, man, you can't want anything. Like, this last week is probably the best week for gaming in years. It could be ever. Like, I can't remember a time when 3 giant titles dropped like it did just this past week.
Oh no, I mean, this has been an incredible year for games, but it's always been like one major release in a week. I can't remember ever where there's been 3 humongous AAA titles, all extremely well reviewed, released on the same fucking day.
Yeah, I mean, it's insane, and a lot of people, I don't know how people are going to play all these games. Like, how do you have the time? Like, what you have to, like, put your life on hold to play all 3 of these games,
They're not short games either.
No. I mean, Assassin's Creed is probably the most in-depth Assassin's Creed that's ever dropped. Mario, even if it's not the longest game in the world, it's got probably some of the most replayability of any game franchise there is.
I've heard it's quite long. There's 400 power moons to get in this game. Oh, 500, I think.
There you go. There you go. So, I mean, it's going to be long in its own right. Not to mention the replayability of it. And then Wolfenstein, come on, those single-player adventures are some of the best in the business. And each of these games could be Game of the Year contenders in their own right.
Oh, we all know who's going to... we all know which one of those three is going to be Game of the Year, though.
Yeah, I think that we can all agree that Mario's going to edge it out. This game's getting some not that it's unexpected, but this game is getting crazy fucking reviews.
I've seen a lot of reviews for it, and the only one I've seen not give it like a perfect 10 is Pro Jared, who's a huge Nintendo fan, and I trust his more than anyone else. He gave it an 8 out of 10 because he said that there's not that many worlds. He said there's 400 power moons to get, but a lot of them are just kind of out in the open, which makes them a lot less special. There's a bunch of new outfits for Mario, but they're just really cosmetic. He complained about some of the missions, but he did say it was a fantastic game, and definitely, if you have a Switch, there's no reason to get it. But it was just nice to see at least one person not just, sucking Mario's dick on this one. Even though I think this is a fantastic game. It is good to see that someone is able to not just go, oh, best Mario game ever, 100 out of 10, just like Zelda.
I agree with you because games like Mario, because of the provenance of it, the history behind it, it's got a lot of bias towards it. Mario game releases and it's the best thing that's ever been made.
I mean, you can just because you say something negative about a game doesn't mean it's any less awesome or even amazing. But there's no such thing as a perfect game. Just plain and simple.
Destiny.
I said there's no such thing as a perfect game.
I can't back you on that.
Perfect shit, does. Maybe, but
but I was listening to a few of my other major podcasts, my main podcast, and the guys who bought it, man, they're like, this is the reason to own a Switch. This is a console seller. This is Game of the Year. I went to bed playing it. I woke up thinking about it, shit like that. It's crazy.
It seems like that's all the exact same things they said about Zelda.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's back when you didn't have one game out for it.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. It's fantastic they got this. And this is the first game to make me honestly think about getting a Switch, but I keep putting it off, waiting for more.
Not just a Switch, Assassin's Creed. I mean, you've got an open world, a true open world Assassin's Creed. They've added more RPG elements into it. They've retooled the combat system. I mean, people are getting 20 hours in and not even scratching the main missions.
That's unfortunately what happens to me every Assassin's Creed. I get so sidetracked by all the side missions, I barely ever move forward.
Some of the reviews I saw said that it gives you a reason you're not just doing your, quote-unquote assassination missions one after the other. It seems like there's some a lot of different activities you can do. You don't get stuck on doing one thing over and over again.
I just have one question though. It's just can I punch a camel? Just like Conan the Barbarian.
I mean, guess so.
Yeah.
I don't know why you shouldn't. I mean, people punch camels back in Egypt, right?
I'm sure they did.
Maybe it was like a sport. I don't know. Why would you want to punch a camel, Jeremy?
Because Conan did it. It was awesome.
Oh, you just want to be like Conan.
Yeah. Who does?
Is this Arnold Schwarzenegger or is this Jason Momoa?
There's only one Conan, and that's Arnold.
Arnold.
Hear the lamentations of the women.
And then besides, I know, Carmen, you absolutely hate Assassin's Creed, but you gotta give it props. It's a good game in its own right.
Okay, so out of all these things, I give them props because they had the balls to drop in the biggest week. But other than that, it's Assassin's Creed. It's just
you gotta at least give them props too for finally deciding to actually take some time with this game and not just rush it out like they do every year.
And I mean, I respect that as well because they decided to kind of break their cycle and actually put out quality over quantity.
This is the first year they took a break, wasn't it?
I think. They took a break after the first one. I think it was after the second game. That was when they started just going, yeah, let's make this Call of Duty and just release one every year.
Carmen, are you ever going back to it?
No.
Without a doubt. There you have it.
I won't be there.
He won't be there.
And then we talked about Wolfenstein 2. I mean, you're in there. I've heard this game is fucking gory and brutal, and it sounds like it's right up my alley. Some of the reviews I saw for it, they say it doesn't hold anything back. You've got, you're killing Nazis. There's, there's homo bashing, there's fat bashing, there's all kinds of bashing. Like, it goes to some of the touchy aspects, and I kind of like that about a video game.
Yeah, I heard one reviewer say that. They said that they do not hold back on the villains. They make you absolutely hate these people. There's no moral gray area. They're just absolute bastards. I'm like, well, yeah, what do you expect? They're fucking Nazis. There's no gray area with Nazis. You just kill them.
Absolutely.
Actual Nazis, by the way, not the everyone I don't like is a Nazi bullshit. I mean, actual swastika, blonde hair, blue eyed 1940s German Nazis.
Bona fide Nazis.
Exactly.
Like Carmen. What?
I'm not a Nazi. Asterisks.
Smash cut to him in a Waffen uniform.
But no, this is a fantastic successor to Wolfenstein, and then as far as the Wolfenstein franchise goes, I think this is probably the best one in the franchise. Not even playing it, just from what I've heard. I will have my hands on it eventually.
Me too. I've got to finish the first one though, so I can definitely wait to pick this one up when it's discounted.
I'm actually going to buy Call of Duty. That'll be the next one I buy. So
I don't know. I'm stunned.
Yeah.
You're actually going for Call of Duty from Mr. Battlefield over here.
Well, we'll see. Like, give me a week or two after I buy it, and we'll talk about it. And we'll kind of see how things go.
I see a week or two after you buy it, it's going to be traded into GameStop for $10.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm probably going to get it digital. So
it's even a worse idea.
Yeah. We'll think about it. It's happening, I think. But anyway, let's not talk me off the ledge yet. But anyway, like, that's what I'm saying. You've got all these games that came out. And obviously, this week is it's crickets. I mean, there's nothing happening this week. But
I can't blame anybody for not trying. Like, I would have said, you know what? We got to push back shit. Like, we know these games are coming. Some games, they're going to be good games coming out from now till the end of the year. But if they're not at that quality, do you really want to follow the best release week?
If anyone is smart, they're waiting until at least mid-November to release something.
I mean, yeah, it's like I said, the next big release is Call of Duty. I mean, Call of Duty is what it is every year. So
I will say this: Call of Duty, I think, is the only game that could have possibly competed with Mario Odyssey if it released in the same week. At least in terms of sales. Sales wise, yes. Don't get me wrong. Not review or quality wise, just in terms of sales. Because you're gonna have your dedicated, Call of Duty fanboys are gonna get it, but. I think we all know which game's going to be the superior game. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I think when you come out of this year, the overwhelming game of the year is going to be Mario.
I will be surprised if it's not Mario or Zelda. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I keep forgetting about Zelda, but yeah, I agree with you. Either way, I think Nintendo's coming out on top. Nintendo's done their thing this year. It's like in ways that I never saw coming.
It's been a long time since they've had any game become Game of the Year or even be a contender. I think the last game they had was Ocarina of Time. I think might have been the last one that got Game of the Year.
What year was that? Do you remember?
Oh, that was like 97? 96?
Yeah, because I know I was young. That would put me at like 7 or 8 years old.
They were like about 10 years ago. No, 20 years ago. Good Lord.
I was about to say, not 10 years ago, 20 years ago, Jeremy.
Shit.
That's crazy. So, if you're at this point in the year, you're not hurting for stuff. As a matter of fact, my gamer mind is like breathing a sigh of relief that nothing is coming out this week. Like I'm happy. So, go play these games. Like, go play these phenomenal games that just released on top of the stuff that's out there already. Like, I mean, you've got all your I can't. It's mind-boggling how good the games have been this year. But we did have some news come out this week. Also a little trickle, but there was a big event. Sony held a Paris Gaming Week. And they did a big conference. And, it's kind of... I want to get your thoughts about it, guys, because, Sony has their own show each year. The Sony experience. The PlayStation experience, I think it is. Why did they just up and do a new show? They're just like, fuck it, we'll do another show too?
It's probably because the holidays coming up. They just want to generate buzz. I mean, it's honestly a good idea. You're generating good buzz for the PS4. Holiday season's coming up. There's going to be people wanting to buy, new consoles. It's a good way to kind of take some attention away from the Switch.
Yeah, and the Xbox One X. And bring some hype away from that.
And the One X.
But we had a lot come out from us three. We're firmly on the Sony bandwagon. But you've got the first, well, not the first thing, but here's some of the major stuff. We got a new Last of Us trailer.
Yep. I'm so excited for that.
I mean, The Last of Us is one of the best games ever created, period. And easily one of the best franchises on the PlayStation.
Is it a franchise, though, if it's only one game?
Well, they're making it.
It's going to be a franchise.
They're making it. Yeah, they're going. It's quickly on its way. We all know it will be. It's going to be like your Uncharted, basically. I didn't get to see the actual trailer, but I've seen a few GIFs on Twitter and some of the pictures and the art from it. Man, it looks pretty fucking cool.
Oh yeah. I'm excited too because Naughty Dog squeezed every last ounce of energy out of the PS3, so it's really interesting to see what they're going to do with the PS4.
Oh hell yeah! And we talked about this one time how the end life of the PS3 was PS4 level graphics. So I can't wait to see what the end life of the PS4 is going to be, or getting towards the end. Like we're
mid-life.
Well into the
Midlife.
Midlife. We're into the midlife now, but these games that are starting to come out are going to start really milking every bit of power in these consoles.
You're lucky you got a Pro, so it's going to look even better.
I do. Now I've just got to worry about getting a TV that holds up to it. I mean, my TV's okay, but it's nothing. Like, I want to get top of the line, man. I want 120 hertz. I want HDR. I want it all, man. And
you want it all. You want it all.
Salivating.
And you want it now.
Yeah. Thank God for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and Christmas money. But besides that, did y'all check out the trailer? Did y'all get a chance to see that one?
I didn't watch it.
I didn't either, but I was like you. I saw stills and whatnot. And it looked sweet.
Yeah, I'll probably go check it out right after this. And check me out on Twitter. I'll tell you some of my thoughts at Average Yeti. Shameless plug. Anyway, let's keep it going. There's a new God of War trailer.
Oh, yeah, son.
That looks fucking brutal. I am, Kratos is my man. I love it. I'm digging it. It looks good.
Same here, man.
The gameplay footage they showed was so nice.
Yeah, crispy. I'm loving it, and I've been looking forward to this game. This game is not coming fast enough.
I'm liking that too. That it's no longer Greek mythology. They're going for like Norse. I'm loving the father-son team up dealy. This is a fresh new direction, and I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, because and I think we might have spoke on it some of the past episodes, but they're starting to give Kratos a little more character. He's not just a killing machine that's going out there and I'm so pissed off about my wife and kid. No, like you're giving some more character behind it.
Yeah, that's what's so appealing about this. Like I said before, the whole fresh thing. He's still a brutal, badass motherfucker, but it's just good to see him actually interact with his family this time, or what little of it he has.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm pretty stoked about it. And we know like the gameplay mechanics are always solid. I can't wait to see if they add something new into it or give a new take on it, or if they just stick with the tried and true. But like the combat's like what drew me into God of War in the first place.
Yeah, I still remember I got a demo disc of it in the mail back before the game came out, or right as the game came out. I played it, loved it so much, I went out that night and bought it.
See, I'm telling you, it pulls you in.
It did, man.
And the games have just become increasingly more complex.
Yeah, you're right.
They've built on the game so much. I mean, it's like the same, like the first three games, is like very similar, but they all increase in complexity. And this game is going to take it to a whole new level.
Oh, for sure. I mean, that's one thing they do in it. But the thing is, they do add to it, but it just feels so natural. Like when you put this game in, like it just feels so good in your hands. Like it doesn't feel like anything's out of place. It doesn't feel like the mechanics are off. Like it just feels natural, like it's always meant to be there.
And it's going to come back to you like how how to ride a bike. Like when you pick up God of War, you know how to play. Now, whether you'll learn new combinations because, they're going to change up all those things. But some of like the tried and true stuff that you've always done, like your combinations between square and triangle and grabbing onto them and then just working them, like that shit's going to be dope. Like I can't wait to do that shit again.
Fuck yeah, I can't wait. I think this game is slated to release next year.
It is.
So, and 2018 is shaping up to be a hell of a year, too. Don't let it fool you. Don't let it sneak up on you. Don't sleep on 2018. What else do we got? We got the Spider-Man trailer. And
fuck, I'm excited about that game.
Me too.
Like, when I first heard about this, right, I was like, oh, that's cool, a new Spider-Man game. we haven't really had a good Spider-Man game since like PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
The Wii version was the best because you actually got to use the nunchuck and the fucking Wiimote and just whip around the town.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that one time. That does seem pretty cool. I never played with the Wii. But
yeah, that shit was dope. That's the best version.
I kind of at first I gotta admit, like I was like, oh, just a new Spider-Man, whatever. Then I saw the 15-minute trailer at E3, and I was like, okay.
Dude, that blew me away.
And now I'm just like, oh my god, this game is gonna be like. This game is going to...
Arkham Knight.
Yeah, I mean, God, it's good. Like,
it's the Arkham of Spider-Man.
Absolutely, I agree. It's going to be the franchise, I think.
Yeah, I was sold after the last trailer, the 15-minute one. I was the same as you, Cam. I heard, okay, Spider-Man game, Insomniac, I like them. Then I saw that trailer, and I was just like, oh my god, I want this now. This looks so fucking good. Like, if they didn't show actual gameplay, I would have thought it was just all, like, just CG footage and shit. Just like a promo trailer.
That's how it looks, though. It looks like it's CG footage.
Oh, God, it's so beautiful.
Oh,
but
graphically,
as soon as it became a first-party title, we had to have known that it wasn't going to fuck up.
And I gotta admit, I love Yuri Lowenthal as Spider-Man in this. He's nailing it.
What else does he do?
He's Sasuke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I like his voice. Then.
Yeah. He was also Cecil in the Final Fantasy IV DS version.
Okay. That's pretty cool. Okay, I didn't know that was him, so I had to go back and listen to him. Because I'm not big up on my voice actors like you are, Jeremy.
I'm like one of those, what do you call them, a savant when it comes to that shit?
Yeah, everybody of them.
I'm autistic with
every cue and every tone that they have, and somebody could say one word and you could be like, oh, that's Sean Schimmel from 1994.
Yep. Old 1994 Sean Schimmel.
But yeah, I'm stoked about this game, and Spider-Man translates really well into a video game. Like usually superheroes do, but Spider-Man feels like a special kind of translation. Like you're zipping like through on buildings and you're whooping ass. Like I like the way it feels, or looks like it's gonna feel.
Yeah, Spider-Man's had probably the best track record with his video games. Superman's had the worst. Batman's had a decent run. Spider-Man has had more hits than misses, I think.
You mean you didn't like Superman 64?
Well, I mean, that's the gold standard right there.
Obviously, it's the gold standard.
I just hope that, the movement, I hope that it's not so, on rails, that there's only, certain spots on certain beams that you can hit with your webs and all of this shit. I hope that it's kind of, wide open. The possibilities are endless.
I guarantee it's going to be wide open. I don't think there's going to be set pieces, don't get me wrong, but I think you're going to be able to, web motherfuckers up to the side of buildings and beams and all that shit.
Yeah, I don't want it to be so on rails. I think it needs to have a track, but I don't think it needs to be, so strict that there's no wavering, that, you either hit this spot or you don't. And all of these things. It's one of my big concerns with the game.
It's going to be like Spider-Man 2 was, I think. You're going to be free roaming. You're going to be able to do all this shit. Like I said, there's just going to be like that in the 15-minute trailer where with the helicopter. That's going to be a scripted moment. But you're just down on the streets or doing a side mission. You see, some purse snatcher mugging an old lady. You're going to be able to zip his ass to a taxi and let him get dragged or something.
I'm looking forward to some shit like that.
Me too. I cannot lie.
Like you said that, I kind of went half job. I'm not gonna lie.
What are you talking about? Ever since we started talking about last week's games, I've been sitting at full mast.
Whoa, boy.
The next thing we saw was a little bit more info on the remake of The Shadow of the Colossus. I actually missed this game the first time, so I'm really excited for this remake because it's going to be the perfect way for me to play it.
If you've never played it, this is an absolute must-buy. I mean, the original game, I bought on the PS2, I bought the HD remake on PS3, and this looks so goddamn pretty. I heard the pro version is going to be 60 FPS. I mean, there's just no reason not to get this game.
Yeah, it's definitely high up on my must-buy list, because it became such a hit the cult hit, real hit with the original, was it PS2?
Yeah.
And then, it spawned... What you call it after it?
Well, that was it was Last Guardian.
Last Guardian, yeah, that's what it was.
Took fucking 15 years to come out.
Yeah, we waited for that one for a long time.
All I can say, Cam, is if you don't know anything about the game, it's best just to avoid everything. Just go in there fresh. Let the story just take you over the world. it makes it all worthwhile.
All I know is what little bit you've told me. I haven't looked up any kind of let's plays or
don't do that.
Spoilers or anything.
Yeah, don't do that. There's I mean, the way they tell the story, there's hardly any dialogue, so it's all atmospheric, and it just really lets you just sink into that world.
That's awesome. I'm excited. Carmen, you got anything to say about this? Did you play this one?
Yeah, I played it originally on the PS2.
Something you're gonna pick up again, or you?
Oh, for sure.
Awesome.
Fuck game, they're crushing it. Like they finally they did the game justice when they created it. The HD remake on the PS3, which I didn't partake in. Obviously very well received because the games are great. The game is great. And then this is just, it's just the next level. It's the way to do it if you want to bring back your title.
The thing is that Sony has such a well of titles to pull from. Like, they can start bringing back some of these games, and people are going to go bonkers for them.
I like the fact that Sony's actually dipping into that well instead of just using the same 3 over and over again, like another company.
I know. I agree. What company would that be? Let's not bash another company on this podcast. We never do that.
Nintendo.
Anyway, so excited about this game. We'll definitely be talking about these a lot in the next coming year. So, if you like hearing our voices and, you want to stick around, trust us, we'll be here and we'll be talking about all of this and more. And I can't wait. But that's not all. Something surprised me from this. I expected to see some new stuff, but we got a new IP announcement, which is kind of a big deal. It's always a big deal when you hear about a new IP. But from the lovely folks over at Sucker Punch, who you might know did the Infamous games.
Infamous and Sly Cooper.
Yep. There's a new IP called Ghost of Tsushima, and it looks to be an open world, feudal Japan, samurai type RPG.
I could definitely get behind that.
Yes. I love samurais.
Love me some samurais, love me some RPGs, and I'm okay with open worlds.
Yes, I'm right there with you, Jeremy. We're on the same page as far as that goes.
Not a fan of sashimi, but other than
that, I don't like sushi. I actually checked out this trailer, and it looks really cool. The story's kind of cool. You're like a lone survivor. It seemed like you're a lone survivor, a samurai, and I don't know if you're going to wreak havoc or just get revenge on something. I don't know that part of the story, but it looked really cool.
Well, if it's a samurai game, it's I guarantee you there's going to be some vengeance.
Yeah, does it really matter in a samurai open world RPG? I don't think so. Sucker Punch isn't known for open world games. I mean, I guess
Infamous is
Second Son was pretty open world.
All the Infamous games were open world, and the Sly Cooper 2, 3, and 4 were more open world.
But they felt kind of small to me. Especially the Infamous game.
They're isolated cities.
It's open world, but very isolated.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if this is going to be like true, like you can go all over Japan, or is this going to be just like one city or something?
Either way, even if it's their, quote unquote, their take on open world, it'll still be cool. But I would love to see a giant ass. You see it, you can go to it.
Yeah.
Horizon Zero Dawn size map. I
just want to be like in Kenshin, just wander the world, slaying bandits and shit.
That'd be so sick. I'm really excited for this game, actually. I'm really just kind of here. I don't really care one way or the other about Sucker Punch. I did like Infamous 1 and 2, kind of fell off. Sly Cooper was okay to me. So I'm going to definitely give this thing a try. I might wait for a little price drop, but I'm pretty excited for it.
This could be a day one purchase for me if it's done right. I really do like Sucker Punch. I like the Sly Cooper games. I love the Infamous games. And like I said, I'm just a fucking nerd for the Japanese shit. So this has got me definitely interested.
Yeah, but you're brave as fuck. Day one purchases. I don't ever do that shit.
A lot.
The only other game that I could definitely buy on day one was Destiny 2, and that was it.
I do a lot of day one purchases, actually, but it's usually for a game I know I'm going to like. I very rarely regret my day one purchases.
I've done it a few times. I don't hate it. It doesn't scare me, really, but I tend to wait more than not.
I'd rather wait for at least like the first patch to roll out because all these games are going to be patched.
Well, they're patched day one.
And
Yeah, but at the time it's a 40 gig day one patch.
Uh,
Shitty.
I'm waiting.
I hate that.
It
too.
is bad, but I'd rather them work through some of their kinks before I get it. But I've only seen like the thumbnail for this game, and it looks pretty cool. I've enjoyed games of this stature before, like Samurais and shit like that. So we'll see.
So it's got a blip on your radar, Carmen?
Yeah, it's a faint little red dot out in the sea of my brain.
I got you. Okay. Well, I'm sure
I'll
we'll
have to
come
keep
back
an
to
eye
that.
on it.
Absolutely.
9 of Space Wizards, am I right?
That's right.
Not enough Dinklebot.
Warlock Master Race, baby.
Guacamelee 2 was announced. When that game got announced back in the day, it was a smash hit. Like, people ate this game up. I love it. I bought it.
The game is fun.
I didn't
did
play
too.
it first. I got the Super Ultimate Melee Turbo Blaster Edition or whatever the hell it is.
Hashtag Eat Your Tacos edition.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got mine like on a flash sale or something, and I bought it on the Vita, and I fucking loved it. It was great.
It's fun. I mean, it's like a 2D platform beat 'em up. I guess how you talk it.
It's
or
a
talk it up.
it's a Metroidvania game.
Yeah, you get a certain powers, so like, say you get a dash. Well, when you get that dash, you'll be able to go into the areas that were blocked off by red blocks, because that moves the red move. Then you get like a ground and pound, which is yellow. Then you can go to the yellow area. So
You can turn into a chicken. You can
yeah,
switch between the world of the living and the world of the dead. You get to be a badass luchador.
yeah, it's a cool ass game.
I played the hell out of it when I got it on PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, I remember I think that's actually when I got mine. Was
That's when they gave out the super fucking guacamole edition.
yeah, that's the one I got. Then I forgot it was PS Plus.
Extra Pico de Gallo.
I'm excited, dude. I can't lie. I'm super excited about this game.
Yeah, me too. I love the first one, so I'll probably actually end up buying this one at full price. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be like $20.
Yeah, it's a $20 or $30 game.
Oh, it won't be.
But
30.
like this,
no, it'll be 20.
This was a game that I remember. Like, picture me just staring at the TV, just cheesing the whole time you're playing. Like that was me. Like I look like I'm like a little kid. You know how we used to when we were kids? We sat on the floor looking up at the TV.
Yep.
That's how I felt playing this game, just cheesing the whole time because it was so cool. So this is definitely a giant blip on the sea of my brain, Carmen.
Yeah. Do you think this is a franchise that you run with for a long time? Like you end up doing Guacamelee 3 and 4 and 5? Or is this a game that you make a sequel for it and then you stop?
I think you might get one more game, but we're not going to see, like, this isn't going to be Mario levels or whatnot.
That's my thought process, is that the game is fun and the game is really good and it's super enjoyable. And it brings you back to some of your nostalgic memories of, just cheese balling over a game and all of that stuff. But is it, like, to me, it's a game that this sequel should probably be the end of it.
I mean, if they can keep making great games, keep making them. But you don't, at the same time, you don't want to wear out your welcome.
Exactly.
I didn't do my research on the studio, but
I think
as far as the
Deuce.
Guacamelee games go, they released Guacamelee a while back. So, it had to be around 2000 and I don't know. I want to say like 10 maybe. Maybe later than that. But they took their time with the second one, and nobody really complained. So like this is definitely one of those indie games that kind of transcends most indie games. Like it's a fantastic game. So I kind of agree with Jeremy. I think you may get one more game down the road, but it's not going to be a major franchise. Maybe the studio goes on to do other games. That would be awesome.
I think that's the most likely. They'll probably make another game between this and the third one if this does well. But
yeah, the game released in 2013 originally, and then they did the limited release for the Super Turbo Championship Edition.
Did you
in 2000?
Did you look and see what other games the developer had?
I can pull up them right now.
I was just going to glance at it and see.
Guacamelee, Severed.
Oh yeah, Severed.
Tales from Space, Mutant Blobs Attack.
Remember that?
And another game about these Tales from Space.
They've made a bunch of indie games.
This Severed game looks pretty cool.
It got
just from the box.
It got rave reviews. Severed.
Yeah, Metacritic 87%. IGN shit on it, but Touch Arcade gave it a 5 out of 5.
Too much water.
And it's an action adventure video game. So, I mean, it sounds cool.
So they did. Okay, so that's cool. So they have had a little bit more than just Guacamelee. So that's cool. Yeah, that's neither here nor there. That just proves that this studio is more than capable of, giving us a fantastic game. Quality.
Yeah, but based on what I just saw from the other games that they've put out, it's like they did 2 of these Blob games back in 2011 and 2012, and then they hung that up. They tried Severed. Maybe they're working on a Severed 2. But it kind of seems like their thing. It's like they're just putting out quality titles and then moving on, which isn't a bad thing.
What's the name of that studio?
Juicebox.
Juicebox. I've heard about that. Before. Drinkbox. Sounds less familiar than jukebox. Juicebox. That sounded more familiar to me.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Cam's trying to sing karaoke.
Yep. Me, doggy. Besides that, we also got Spelunky 2 announced.
I know you're hype.
Yeah, I put a lot of time Spelunky. Downloaded on my PlayStation not too long ago to play again. Started it up, and I was like, nope, don't feel like playing this. But this game got rave reviews on the PC. They got it over to the consoles. It's roguelike. You're going through basically endless levels. You are spelunking. There's treasure. People have played the absolute fuck out of this game. I mean, thousands and thousands of hours of this game. It's ridiculous. But we're getting a second one.
I might have played 5 minutes.
Woo-hoo.
Like, I turned it on and said, fuck this. Like, this is boring.
In all honesty, I'm not as excited as you would think I would be, but I did play a shit ton of the first one.
Yeah, this doesn't interest me at all, honestly. I'm sure it's a fine game, but it's just not anything I care about.
Yeah, I mean, for everybody that's, that's like you, then we're definitely, there's plenty who have, ate this shit up for breakfast, lunch, and dinner,
Yeah, there's somebody that's going to bury their whole life into Spelunky 2 as soon as it drops.
Absolutely. So we got that, and then that's kind of the only thing only talk of the new releases. We got a Destiny 2 DLC announcement December 5th. The Curse of Osiris is dropping, and we got a trailer to go along with that. The trailer's absolute fire. I mean, they make this Osiris dude look like the most badass dude that's ever walked the face of the earth.
And it just fucking confirms that the Warlocks are the master race.
Yeah, badass.
There's no
Warlock.
fucking question about it.
Yeah, Jeremy, I know you don't even like Destiny, but you should check out this trailer and just see Osiris.
Oh, man. Oh. Sorry, I just got so sleepy all of a sudden there.
Man,
Ooh.
I accidentally flushed your SNES Classic down.
I got so sleepy all of a sudden. What were you saying?
He said you flush your SNES Classic down the toilet is what he said.
Still better than hearing about more Destiny.
Oh, God. Just watch the trailer,
this shit
Jeremy.
looks Yo, they're going all out with this new shit. Like, there's leaked images of, like, ships and of ghosts and of some of the weapons. And, man, this stuff looks gnarly.
Oh.
Have you seen some of the ghosts, Cam?
Yeah, I've seen the ghosts and some of the weapons. They do look pretty cool.
They fucking look sick. Like, I can't wait to see. I think a lot of people are worried that they're going to kind of rehash some of the things that we've already done in the first Destiny, because we're going to go back to fighting the Vex and shit, but I'm stoked. Like, I wouldn't even mind if they gave us a reworked Vault of Glass and another raid.
Well, I wouldn't mind that either. They did say, the quote that Bungie had was, quote, more raid content, I think is how they put it. So I don't even know what that means.
No, but in the trailer, they show Osiris in the Vault of Glass.
Yeah, I know, that's crazy.
With his fire team and shit, so, like...
It's just cool,
bring it on, dog.
Like, from a lore perspective, like, even, like, I know Jeremy can get behind lore, too. Like, this is he was a badass guardian, but he was, like, conflicted. Like, he wasn't, like straight good. So, like, he might have been a badass motherfucker, but he might not have played by the rules all the time. That's kind of cool.
I can see him going, my God, I'm supposed to be the one and only savior of the universe. Why are there 3 million other people who are also the savior of the universe? What is the point? I must become a bad guy.
I can't get nothing through to Jeremy about Destiny.
I know. He's running the raid this weekend, though. He just doesn't know it.
December 5th, we're going to be picking it up and playing through it. It also raises the level cap, so that's exciting.
That's exciting. And they're bringing back some Destiny 1 guns. I hope that
Thorn.
they bring the Vision
Thorn's
of
coming back.
Confluence.
Thorn is
Yo,
coming.
fuck the Thorn. I want the Vision of
I do
Confluence.
too. It's one of my favorite guns. So, yep, more Destiny. Can't wait for it. That's going to get me stoked again. I'll probably just be running Reset, playing Destiny a couple times a week until then. There's a little game from Japan that's, getting a little bit of buzz. I think you might have heard about it before. It's called Monster Hunter. Well, a new Monster Hunter is coming out. It's coming over to the States, and it's going to be one of the best Monster Hunters apparently ever made. But obviously it's going to be a Sony exclusive, and it just so happens that if you're a PlayStation Plus subscriber, you get exclusive access to the Monster Hunter World Beta in December.
I might actually give that a try, because I've only played one Monster Hunter, and it didn't do much for me, but I'm liking what I see in like the videos and the screenshots of this. It might be a good time to give another shot. Free beta, you get me interested.
Yeah, especially, and it's a 3-day beta. I think it goes from December 9th through the 11th. So I'm definitely going to try it. And a cool thing is, if you play Horizon, you can play as Aloy in the new game in Monster Hunter World.
Now that's cool.
Because she is a badass monster hunter.
That's right. Robot monsters.
Yeah, she's got a leg up on them.
Yeah, I can dig it that they're going to have this little crossover. She fits into that game very well for just what she does. I'm less excited about it than I thought I would be, because I thought this would be a game that I'd be real hype about, but I'm just like, eh. And it might be that I played Horizon and I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would, and I feel like this is going to be a very similar game.
It's gonna be different, mostly because the Monster Hunter games really have no end goal. It's just about hunting monsters and then getting materials to make weapons and all that shit. So I think, from what I understand too, it's less about stalking them and it's more about prep, going in there with a whole group of friends. So it's definitely gonna be more team based and squad based.
But it's gonna be the same thing. It's like, you fight this monster this week, and then you fight him again next week. And then
yeah, pretty much.
Like, once I don't know, that part burned me out, like, running into the same enemies all the time, and trying to, do all these complex tactics, and then, you miss, and then you have to just run and run and run.
Yeah.
And that's what pissed me off about Horizon. If that's what this game is going to be, then I won't enjoy it.
You might hate it then, because from what I understand, Monster Hunter is even worse with that shit. It's one of those where you're not gonna be as agile as Aloy. It's like one of these where if you whiff a shot, that monster's really gonna just curb stomp your ass, some Dark Souls shit. And you really have to go in there with teammates. It's almost impossible to play this solo.
I'm definitely excited to try it. I never played a lot of Monster Hunter, period. So now
I'll
get
try
a
the
free beta.
if you boys want to wreck shop.
Yeah, same here.
Let's jump on there.
Yeah, I'd be interested to just give it a try. I don't want to buy this and then go, man, fuck this, and end up turning around and selling it. But if it turns out to be good, I'd give it a shot.
Monster Hunter, the game, spawned its own genre, the monster hunting games. So, it did something right back in the day.
Oh, they're huge hits. People buy the shit out of them.
They're huge in Japan.
Oh, yeah. So
we'll see. Hopefully it can translate to the States. And it has before, so hopefully it can do it again. So I'm excited to check out this beta and get my feelers in it. So we got the holidays coming up, yada, yada, yada. So, obviously we got this little thing called Black Friday. Where all the crazies go out and kill people over TVs. But Kohl's just kind of leaked their Black Friday ad, or their Black Friday ad got leaked. And let me tell you, it is boding well for gamers. So check this out. Kohl's, you can get a PlayStation 4 1 terabyte edition for $199, plus $60 of Kohl's cash.
It's a free game, essentially.
Essentially, and I don't know what they do for their, how it is for their games, what they sell, but still, regardless, that's $60 extra to spend. If you're in the market for an Xbox, you can get an Xbox One S for $189 plus $45 of Kohl's cash. And you know what you can do with that $45? You can buy you another controller, because they're running both systems controllers, the PlayStation 4 DualShock and the Xbox controller, for $39.99. So Kohl's has got it popping, man.
Yeah, Kohl's has some killer deals. So now that makes me want to see what some of the the bigger guys are going to do. Like, what's GameStop going to do? What's Best Buy going to do? Toys R Us, Target, shit like that. Because all these stores are going to get mobbed. But I think Kohl's might be one of your better bets at getting these good deals on electronics.
It surprised me too because Kohl's isn't a gaming store. They're like they sell clothes and
they
sheets.
sell jeans and shit.
Yeah, I mean, maybe so. Like a lot of times, like these stores you wouldn't expect, you could just hit it. Now you won't catch mine. It don't matter. I don't care if they're giving away an Xbox One. I'm not going out on Black Friday. I went out time my whole life. I'm not doing it, bruh. Not even coming close. There's they do Cyber Monday for a reason. I can just jump online and order anything I want.
I've done Black Friday a few times, but it's only like for like one specific item. Like I really needed a TV one time. And I knew they were going to have these TVs on sale, so I just went and got online after shit, and it was cool, calm and collected. I watched two women fight over a trampoline, so I got some entertainment. But everybody in the TV line, we were all good. It was all copacetic over there, man. We were
my only interaction,
even keel.
My only interaction.
I watched a dude get boxed out for a fucking little car that your kid can drive that they're only going to use for like 3 days, anyways. Wasn't worth it.
Yeah, my only interaction with Black Friday is I just watch the compilations every year on YouTube of all the people getting their shit stomped in.
That is pretty funny. I've seen a bunch of those too. It's so stupid. Like there's, and I don't think if you're elderly and don't go out on Black Friday, but I've seen elderly people get trampled.
Oh, God.
People are fighting people. Like the one year I went out to Walmart, and back then the way they did it is they just basically dropped the sales pallets in the middle of the floor, so it made two small aisles on either side of the giant aisle that's normally in Walmart. And like basically people were just walking through snatching shit, all the big name stuff like you had to get in there earlier for or whatever. But like people were fighting over DVDs. Like who's gonna fight over a $5 Blu-ray? Like, are you serious?
They don't even
go home, bootleg that shit.
They don't even care what it is. They just see it's on sale.
It's crazy. It's just not. I think it's so dumb, so fucking stupid.
I gotta have The Happening on Blu-ray for $5. I don't care if it sucked. Yeah. It's $5.
Yeah, people are ridiculous, but I mean, sometimes you got to chase these deals. You got to go after some stuff. I mean, I fucking hawk Amazon on Cyber Monday.
Oh, me too. Yeah.
Like I fucking hawk the shit out of it. Like that's how I got our KitchenAid mixer. Like I found a crazy good deal on that, and the games, like, there's going to be a lot of stuff on sale for gaming as well.
I usually look forward to Target. Usually, they do like a buy two get one free or something for the holidays.
And they've gotten better, like stores like Target, I think, and some of these little bit higher end stores. They open now, like they close that night, and then they just open super early the next day. It kind of like takes away from the the craziness. So just keep your eyes open, see what you got, and if you want to brave the waters, then go do it. I'm kind of in the same camp with y'all. I'm really excited to see what Best Buy does, and GameStop's been kind of hurting lately, so hopefully they bring the pain and bring the heat. So we'll see what happens. But they're
bringing something.
I mean, they're gonna bring something. A bunch of damn nothing, probably. No.
No, they're about to start that subscription service for used games.
Yeah, I heard about that. I don't read much into it, but so what?
It's like $60 for
6 months.
6 months, yeah. And then you keep the last game that you can keep the last game.
Yes,
but do you know how big that is? Like sometimes there's a used copy of a game that comes out the first week.
Oh yeah, people literally buy games and then sell them like the next day. So you're going to be able to get on. You're not going to be able to.
You're going to be able to get new releases.
Yeah,
on demand.
If they have enough copies in stock.
Yeah, it's limited to what's in your store.
But there's still a good selection to go in there. You can go in.
So what you pay $120 a year, and you can pick up any used title.
Any used title they have in the store.
And then you can swap them out.
Whenever you want.
And whatever game you're holding at the end of your 6 months, that's the game you can keep.
That's actually pretty cool.
But people are gonna go in there and look for used copies of like Marvel vs. Capcom 2. They're gonna go looking for rare games, and they're just gonna grab them for $60, even though the game is $90 or whatever they're selling it for, because I know that game doesn't sell for the standard price.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. But you're right.
There's they either have to work in some stipulations, like the game has to be used and it has to be under $60.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because if not, people are going to go looking for these super gems.
Yeah, there's going to be some stipulations, I guarantee.
without a it's fucking
GameStop is the king of stipulations. You kidding me?
I could even honestly see where like they take all the hidden gems and they keep behind the counter. You know, like if you want to rent, like, then those are not available for rent. Those are just available for sale, and they're gonna put all the cheap shit on the shelf.
You gotta purchase a loot box for that.
You know, you can get your Madden, 2015s out there, but if you want your Marvel vs. Capcom 2 or your Chrono Trigger on SNES or something, you got your shot of luck.
I'm cool. I'm glad that they're doing it because it's probably gonna breathe some new life into that company. They do need it.
It's gonna just breathe a stream of revenue like no other.
Hopefully. I mean, that's definitely what they're going for. I see it working, but you never know. Like, some people are fed up. Maybe they're not going to go for this shit. I mean, you've got GameFly where you can just pay $10 a month and get any game you want and hold on to it for as long as you want. So,
do you know anybody that's ever used GameFly?
Bro, like it. All the major the podcasters I listen to, a lot of them use GameFly just for like the single player games that come out. So, like, for instance, the last Call of Duty that dropped, a bunch of people GameFly'd it just for the campaign. I mean, there's more. I'm not going to say a shit ton of people use it. I should rephrase. But yeah, I've heard of people using it, and I've thought about jumping on the bandwagon.
I've never heard a single person once even mention GameFly.
Yeah, I mean, I could see the usefulness. You want to play a single player game?
It makes sense if you have like a bunch of employees and you need them all to play this game.
Yeah. For an average...
So then, like, you have 10 people, it only costs you $100, where in comparison, you would have spent $600.
Yeah, for an average Joe customer, it's just whatever.
It just isn't worth it.
I don't know.
Because what the fuck, I'm going to end up... What if I hold the game for... I don't play the game. I hold on to it for 6 months. Then I ended up paying $60 for it anyways.
Oh, that's fine. But the thing is that you could keep... I mean, it's what? Well, I guess it ends up being the same price anyway, so it doesn't matter. So, I mean, you got to think about it. It's the same thing GameStop's doing. I mean, you don't own the game technically, but
you own the last one.
Hold on to it as long as you want, yeah.
But you actually...
I mean, you own the game at the end.
For GameStop, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But for GameFly, you don't technically own it, but you can hold on to the games as long as you want, so...
Yeah, so you could turn a fucking $60 game into a nice fat $300 knot.
Exactly.
Maybe. I don't know. Like I see it, I mean, it's used a whole lot more than you guys
ever lost a red box?
No, I mean, I've cheated Redbox back in the day. I'm good like that. But I won't say it. No, I'm just kidding. I never do that. I don't break the law.
Oh yeah, we don't condone cheating.
No. But no, I
that was my line during the whole raid, Jeremy. Because there's a glitch in Destiny, and you can. They call it coil glitching, where you can get heavy ammo back really easily. And I would bring it up. I'd be like, all right, hang on, guys. I'm gonna coil glitch real quick, just to see if I could do it. And Cam's like, how do you do it? How do you do it, man? Like, what's going on? Like, tell me what you're doing.
Game genie, son.
And I'm like, and I just go, I don't condone cheating. He's like, but you're doing it, man. Like, tell me what's going on. How do you do it? What's the coil glitch? I got my Warcliffe coil, blah, 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 blah. And I just kept giving him that line every time. I don't condone cheating.
It's not cheating if I do it.
I don't condone cheating.
Yeah.
It was fucking funny.
I just didn't want to go look it up on YouTube. I just want to know how the fuck to do it.
Did I ever end up telling you?
Yeah, you told me, and I didn't even fucking care about the point you told me.
Good.
So yeah, there you go. There's the big news we got. It's really exciting, and now when we start getting close to the holidays, there's going to be plenty more. So what I'm going to try to do is try to collect a lot of these Black Friday ads and see if I can bring all the news to our faithful listeners. Because that's what we're here for.
We're here for you.
We have a couple topics. Last week, let's start with the one from last week. Last week, one of our followers on Twitter, 8-Bit Heroes, asked us if we've ever included any kind of talk and chatter in our podcast about non-video game titles and stuff we did without, besides video games. So I was going to go ahead and jump into that. I have mostly video gamed my whole life, but I used to do a lot of Risk. I love doing Risk, so we'd have Risk nights together. That was the most of my board gaming, but we do, Monopoly, shit like that. But most of our board gaming turns into drunk fest, and you're drunk, and you're just, and if you're playing Risk, you're two people about to gang up on some dude, and some dude's basically just posted up on, Japan somewhere. So yeah, I've done some Risk, and we do, Cards Against Humanity. It's fun, and then we play a bunch of card games when we get together, like Asshole and some drinking games. So that's really about it. I never got big into tabletop gaming. But I do want to start. I'm thinking about getting a D&D group. Like, we've got people who do it now. I've been talking about it since high school. So I'm thinking about maybe actually starting to try to get things into work about doing D&D maybe once a month or maybe, I don't know, once every couple of weeks. Because I kind of got the itch to try it.
Yeah, you've been talking about getting back into D&D almost as long as I've known you.
Yeah, and the thing is, I never was really, like, I was in D&D as so far as, like, reading about it and understanding some of the rules, but never actually getting to play it, because I never really had people to play with. But now I've got a few more people in my, people that I know that play it, so it might be a bigger possibility.
Poor Cam sitting alone in his wizard hat playing with himself.
Like, I'm the kind of dude who wants to, like, buy black robes from, like, fucking Michael's and, like, sit there with candles lit and have, like, chanting. Like, I'm ready. I'm ready.
This sounds eerily familiar, Cam.
But as far as that goes, that's my only experience with board games and stuff like that. What about you guys?
I wasn't ever too big into them, and then like I moved to Michigan, and like the group of friends that I made from work, like my man Sean, he created a deck building game, got it published, got it printed, he sells them, like. So I got into a lot of like deck building games up there. We played a ton of crazy board games. He's super huge in the tabletop scene, like. So, I enjoy them, but it's like some of the games are just like real wild, and like I just couldn't grasp all the concepts. And then after a few drinks, you might as well have been telling me like fucking gibberish, and I was just saying, "Yep, that sounds good. Yeah, I'll try that. Yeah, great." But, I just get more enjoyment out of video games. I think it's more satisfying because you get to see what's going on. But I'm with you on the D&D thing, dude. Like, I think I want to try it.
Yeah, I think we've definitely got us three locked in on D&D, and I know that the folks over at the Subject Tonight, they get into it every once in a while. And I've actually got some folks around that I work with now that do it, so I don't know. We'll see. I think we got it between us. I think we can figure it out.
I'm down. But I mean, board games have their place, and they have a niche scene, and you can find any comic book shop or any game shop, and you're gonna find people playing these things, and they're gonna be super enjoyable for whoever. And if you can get into them, like I've played some really cool ones. I can't think of the names right offhand, but one of them was like building a theme park, but it was steampunk based, and you had to like manage your dirt. You had to make sure your park was clean, and then that's how you got victory points and so on and so forth. And it's cool.
I know, all fair, Jeremy. You said you never really got into it, but you don't have anything else to add to it.
I mean, I played like some board games as a kid and stuff, but just with family and friends. I think the last time I did anything like serious with it was I played a little bit of Magic back in high school, but that was only for maybe a couple months. I've never touched anything since then. I don't play board games.
Yeah,
I don't play board games because I don't have any friends.
You got us. We're your friends.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. Like you, I didn't really get into Magic, but I did Yu-Gi-Oh! Like crazy back in the day.
Yeah, I got into Magic. I enjoyed it for a little bit. I played with a couple friends in high school, but that was just really about it. My card game fascination just came and went like the wind. I just was just like it just didn't compare to video games to me.
I'm definitely I have a good imagination, but the older I got, I definitely have, more of a visual. Like I like a visual stimulation more than. You using my imagination. But I can definitely get down with it, and that's why I kind of want to go down this D&D path. So we'll see. Maybe we'll have a little bit more about that later on down the road. But yeah, that's about it, man. Like, it's really cool that people don't forget. Like, tabletop is cool because you don't want people to forget. Because, I mean, that's all there was for so long before video games came around as a medium. You had board games and card games and stuff like that. So that stuff it has its place, like Carmen said, and it can't go to the wayside. I'm glad to keep seeing all these cool board games being kickstarted and created. So like it's really cool to see it happen.
Well, I will say they kickstarted a Bloodborne board game, and I'd definitely get into that shit.
Yeah, they've done not only that, they've done a Dark Souls one too.
Yeah, Resident Evil one, I think.
Yeah, they've kickstarted some cool board games based off video games.
Even if I never get a chance to play with anyone, it's just a cool collector's piece.
I mean, me and you, Jeremy, we love Angry Joe, and he's all about fucking tabletops. And,
That's true.
I watched him play that Alien. Was it Alien versus Predator board game? I don't know if it was just an Alien Colonial Marines board game, but it was pretty cool to see that. I mean, some of this stuff is in depth. I mean, super in depth. But yeah, it has its place, and it's just not necessarily my favorite form of entertainment. But hope that answered the question for you. And if you got anything else, just let us know personally. I mean, we'll be glad to talk to you and let you know more about it. But we got one more Twitter topic, and I think this was from our good friends Jesse and Megan, if I'm not mistaken, over the subject tonight. Am I right, Carmen? I'm not just talking out my ass.
Yep, they fired that one off at us.
So make sure you go check them out. They've been friends with us for a long time since we both started podcasts around the same time. They've got a podcast out, The Subject Tonight. Really cool stuff. But they asked us about Soul Calibur. And they wanted to know what our favorite Soul Calibur was and who our favorite character was. And so I'll let Jeremy kickstart this one. What you got for him, Jeremy?
My favorite Soul Calibur is Soul Calibur 3. It took... I never played the original Soul Calibur. I started with the second one. The third one took everything I loved about the second one and improved upon it. It added a really cool story mode that had like RPG elements to it. But most importantly, it had a really cool character creator. You could make your own character. You could give them like the move sets of the other characters in the games. You could get new weapons for them. I made a bunch of characters like based on video games. I made like I made Chrono from Chrono Trigger. I made Zoro from One Piece. I made Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII. I actually remember playing with a buddy of mine back in high school, and I chose Sephiroth, and he literally didn't see it coming. And we started the match, and he just kind of froze and just took it. I was just like, dude, why did you fight back? He said, I just did not expect to see Sephiroth in this game. It kind of freaked me out. It was hilarious.
That's awesome.
And as for my favorite character, I know it's cheap. I know a lot of people don't like him because he's just so easy to just break the game with. But I always go with Maxi, the nunchuck motherfucker. I can just sit there and just do like all these sick ass long combos, flipping my, I love doing that thing where he like stands on his hands, like flings the nunchucks with his feet and shit. I love weapons that let you get in close and just really fast and let you rack up them hits.
Yeah, I play with him a lot too. He is pretty cheap because he's so fucking fast.
Yeah, you can get in there and just not let up and just interrupt combos and shit. I hate fighting against him, but I love to play as him.
Awesome. That's cool. We were talking about it a little bit off air, and we found out we all have different favorites, so I really like that. But Carmen, go ahead and tell us what you got.
Mine is Soul Calibur 2. It was the first one that I played, so it was like I totally fell in love with it when we would play this game all night, me and my friends. Like,
which version did you have? The GameCube, PS2, or Xbox One?
The PS2 version.
Yeah, that's what I had too.
I never owned a GameCube.
I always wanted the GameCube one because it had Link in it, but I didn't.
The gameplay was super crisp, and my favorite character is Nightmare. And it's like, it's not a style of character that I will play in any game moving forward. Because I don't like that type of gameplay anymore. But man, he was fucking devastating. Like, if you got your hands on him, you were fucking wrecking with him. But he was always vulnerable.
He's a heavy fucking hitter. He's slow, but damn if he doesn't hit like a truck.
He is one of those, though, when the computer plays him in the game, he's a goddamn nightmare. No open ends, does shit tons of damage, takes no damage. Typical final boss bullshit.
Yeah. And I don't think that he was even like a top tier character. He might have been like top 10.
I don't think he was top tier. I think like Sophitia was always top tier, and Killick, I think his name was.
Yep. That's cool. So like Carmen, the only two Soul Caliburs I've ever played is 2 and 4. But it just so happens that my favorite Soul Calibur is Soul Calibur 4. I played Soul Calibur 2 on the GameCube, by the way, Jeremy. I enjoyed it, but it's just the reason I like 4 so much, this might sound cheap, was just because you could play as like Yoda, because my buddy had the 360.
And Darth Vader on the PS3.
Yeah, and Darth Vader on the PS3. So that was that kind of got me hooked. And it seems cheap, but that's why, like, yeah, Starkiller.
Starkiller was in it, yep.
But yeah, so PS4, or not PS4, but Soul Calibur 4 really stuck out to me just because of that. And it was a cool game anyway. But my favorite character's always been Khalik. Just because his staff, like his range was so long. Like his staff, like was insane. Like if you had it right, like people would never get in close to you. Like, I mean, you like in Maxi, if I could get, if you get Khalik's like combos off, Maxi was like bitch to play against him because he could never get in close enough.
Oh yeah. I've had many matches like that where I'm just like, I just try to find a way to get in there and just start fucking his shit up.
Yeah. So I mean, like Carmen with Nightmare, it'd be the same. Now Nightmare had a long fucking reach though with his big ass sword.
Yeah, that fucking weapon was insane.
Yeah. But yeah, Soul Calibur was a game to where I didn't even know what it was. I think a family member bought it for me on the GameCube, Soul Calibur 2, and I played it. I was like, this is fucking cool. I really like it. I was younger, so I remember, what's his name, Valdo.
Oh, the creepy ass gimp with the
he creeped me out, man, but he was such a cool fighter. I remember the guy with the rapier.
Raphael,
yeah. Just some of the characters really stuck out.
Yeah.
So, that's part of what I loved about Soul Calibur, and my favorite fighting game coming up was Tekken. So this game for this game to have characters that, made an impression on me, I definitely liked it.
It was very much like Tekken, but with weapons.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure.
And Namco needs to bring back Soul Calibur from the PS4, Xbox One.
Sure, absolutely. I mean, that would be a great thing to follow up once they get through with this Dragon Ball Z Fighter hype. Bring that to us first and bring back Soul Calibur. Man, that'd be fighting game heaven. The fighter genre would be alive and kicking. But you got to think about it. They've brought back, you've got your new Street Fighter, you got your new Tekken, you've got a bajillion, Blaze Blues and all that shit. Why not bring it back? I mean, throw the hat in the ring, man. See what happens.
They could release it on PS4, and they could have a guest character be the samurai from Neo.
Oh, that would be sick.
That would be cool.
Get Guts in there.
Oh,
that'd be cool.
That'd be epic.
That'd be fucking sick.
I'm sure it's cooking.
Hopefully, if there's any representatives of Bandai Namco, just make sure you say that the Average Gamer just gave you the idea first, because we're pretty fucking cool. In case you didn't know. But I think that's it, guys. I think that covers the topics. I think that's good enough for the news this week. I've got nothing else. Y'all got anything else?
I'm good.
Make sure to check out Antiquity as always. We'll have a new episode up next week. But if you want to learn about Sonic the Hedgehog or Pac-Man or Final Fantasy or pinball, anything, just go check it out. I mean, learn the history of video games, and Jeremy does a fantastic job. So go listen there. We're on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, SoundCloud, everywhere you can think of. But we also got our own shit to talk about. So Carmen, go ahead and give them the rundown.
Check us out on our own website at hellaaveragegaming.com. We're posting reviews. We're posting news. We're going to be beefing up our content, so definitely keep a lookout there. You can like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to us on YouTube, SoundCloud, Stitcher, iTunes, Google Play. If you feel inclined and you like what we're doing and you want to support us monetarily, check us out on Patreon. All the links will be in the description below. And on that note, stay hella average.
Peace.
Good night.
That was funny. Good night.